Ecom Chapter 3 Key Concepts 1. Discuss the origins of, and the key technology concepts behind, the Internet. The Internet has evolved from a collection of mainframe computers located on a few U.S. college campuses to an interconnected network of thousands of networks and millions of computers worldwide. The history of the Internet can be divided into three phases: the innovation phase, 1961 to 1974, the institutionalization phase, 1975 to 1995, and the commercialization phase, 1995 to the present. Packet switching, TCP/IP, and client-server technology are key technology concepts behind the Internet. The mobile platform has become the primary means for accessing the Internet. Cloud computing refers to a model of computing in which firms and individuals obtain computing power and software applications over the Internet, rather than purchasing the hardware and software and installing it on their own computers. Internet protocols and utility programs such as BGP, HTTP, SMTP and POP, SSL and TLS, FTP, Telnet, Ping, and Tracert provide a number of Internet services. 2. Explain the current structure of the Internet. The main structural elements of the Internet are the backbone, composed primarily of high-bandwidth fiber optic cable (IXPs), hubs that use high-speed switching computers to connect to the backbone, CANs, campus, corporate area networks, ISPs, which deal with Internet access of service to homes and offices, and the mobile platform, which provides Internet access via cellular telephone networks and Wi-Fi networks. The Internet of Things, IoT, builds on a foundation of existing technologies, such as fish tags, low-cost sensors, inexpensive data storage, big data analytics software, and IPv6, to power the development of a host of smart connected things. Governing bodies, such as IAB, ICANN, ISG, IETF, ISOC, and W3C, have influence over the Internet and monitor its operations, although they do not control it. 3. Understand how the web works. The web was developed during 1989 to 1991 by Dr. Tim Berners-Lee, who created a computer program that allowed formatted pages stored on the Internet to be linked using keywords, hyperlinks. In 1993, Mark Andreessen created the first graphical web browser, which made it possible to view documents on the web graphically and created the possibility of universal computing. The key concepts you need to be familiar with in order to understand how the web works are hypertext, HTTP, URLs, HTML, CSS, XML, web server software, web clients, and web browsers. 4. Describe how Internet and web features and services support e-commerce. Together, the Internet and the web make e-commerce possible by allowing computer users to access product and service information and to complete purchases online. Some of the specific features that support e-commerce include communication tools such as email, messaging applications, online message boards, internet telephony, video conferencing, video chatting, and telepresence, search engines, and downloadable and streaming media. Web 2.0 applications and services include social networks, blogs, and wikis. Virtual reality, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence technologies have begun to enter the consumer market and attract significant attention. 5. Understand the impact of mobile applications. The mobile app phenomenon has spawned a new digital ecosystem. Smartphone and tablet users spend most of their time using mobile apps rather than the mobile web. There are a variety of different platforms for mobile application development, including Swift and Objective-C for iOS devices and Java and C and C++ for certain elements, for Android smartphone devices. Mobile apps for the iPhone are distributed through Apple's App Store and for Android devices through Google Play. There are also third-party vendors such as Amazon's App Store. Ecom Chapter 4 Key Concepts 1. Understand the questions you must ask and answer, and the steps you should take, in developing an e-commerce presence. Questions you must ask and answer when developing an e-commerce presence include: what is your vision and how do you hope to accomplish it? What is your business and revenue model? Who and where is the target audience? What are the characteristics of the marketplace? Where is the content coming from? Conduct a SWOT analysis. Develop an e-commerce presence map. Develop a timeline. Develop a detailed budget. 2. Explain the process that should be followed in building an e-commerce presence. Factors you must consider when building an e-commerce site include hardware, software, telecommunications capacity, website and mobile platform design, human resources, and organizational capabilities. The Systems Development Life Cycle, a methodology for understanding the business objectives of a system and designing an appropriate solution for building an e-commerce website, involves 5 major steps. Identify the specific business objectives for the site, and then develop a list of system functionalities and information requirements. 2. Develop a system design specification, both logical design and physical design. 3. Build the site, either by in-house personnel or by outsourcing all or part of the responsibility to outside contractors. 4. Test the system, unit testing, system testing, acceptance testing, A/B, split testing, and multivariate testing. Implement and maintain the site. Alternative web development methodologies include prototyping, agile development, DevOps, component-based development, and service-oriented architecture, SOA, implemented using web services and microservices. The basic business and system functionalities an e-commerce site should contain include a digital catalog, a product database, customer tracking, shopping cart, payment system, an on-site blog, a customer database, an ad server, a site tracking and reporting system, and an inventory management system. Advantages of building a site in-house include the ability to change and adapt the site quickly as the market demands and the ability to build a site that does exactly what the company needs. Disadvantages of building a site in-house include higher costs, greater risks of failure, a more time-consuming process, and a longer staff learning curve that delays time to market. Using design templates cuts development time, but preset templates can also limit functionality. A similar decision is also necessary regarding outsourcing the hosting of the site versus keeping it in-house. Relying on an outside vendor places the burden of reliability on someone else in return for a monthly hosting fee. The downside is that if the site requires fast upgrades due to heavy traffic, the chosen hosting company may or may not be capable of keeping up. Reliability versus scalability is the issue in this instance. 3. Identify and understand the major considerations involved in choosing web server and e-commerce merchant server software. Early websites used single-tier system architecture and consisted of a single server computer that delivered static web pages to users making requests through their browsers. The extended functionality of today's websites requires the development of a multi-tiered systems architecture, which utilizes a variety of specialized web servers, as well as links to pre-existing back-end or legacy corporate databases. All e-commerce sites require basic web server software to answer requests from customers for HTML and XML pages. When choosing web server software, companies are also choosing what operating system the site will run on. Apache, which runs on the Unix system, is the market leader. Web servers provide a host of services, including processing user HTML requests, security services, file transfer, a search engine, data capture, email, and site management tools. Dynamic page generation tools allows sites to deliver dynamic content, rather than static, unchanging information. Web application server programs enable a wide range of e-commerce functionality, including creating a customer database, creating an email promotional program, and accepting and processing orders, as well as many other services. E-commerce merchant server software is another important software package that provides catalog displays, information storage and customer tracking, order taking, shopping cart, and credit card purchase processing. E-commerce software platforms can save time and money, but customization can significantly drive up costs. Factors to consider when choosing an e-commerce software platform include its functionality, support for different business models, visual site management tools and reporting systems, performance and scalability, connectivity to existing business systems, compliance with standards, and global and multicultural capability. 4. Understand the issues involved in choosing the most appropriate hardware for an e-commerce site. Speed, capacity, and scalability are three of the most important considerations when selecting an operating system, and therefore the hardware that it runs on. To evaluate how fast the site needs to be, companies need to assess the number of simultaneous users the site expects to see, the nature of their requests, the type of information requested, and the bandwidth available to the site. The answers to these questions will provide guidance regarding the processes necessary to meet customer demand. In some cases, additional processing power can increase capacity, thereby improving system speed. Scalability is also an important issue. Increasing processing supply by scaling up to meet demand can be done through vertical or horizontal scaling or by improving processing architecture. 5. Identify additional tools that can improve website performance. In addition to providing a speedy website, companies must also strive to have a well-designed site that encourages visitors to buy. Building in interactivity improves site effectiveness, as do personalization techniques. Commonly used software tools for achieving high levels of website interactivity and customer personalization include Java-based web apps and Java servlets, JavaScript and tools based on JavaScript, Cold Fusion, ASP, .NET, PHP, Ruby on Rails, Raw Rails, and Django. 6. Understand the important considerations involved in developing a mobile website and building mobile applications. When developing a mobile presence, it is important to understand the difference between a mobile website, mobile web apps, native apps, and hybrid apps. The first step is to identify business objectives, because they help determine which type of mobile presence is best. Design should take into account mobile platform constraints. Recent trends include mobile-first design, responsive web design, and adaptive web design. Developing a mobile website is likely to be the least expensive option. Mobile web apps require more effort and cost. Native apps are likely to be the most expensive to develop.